from the West Coast, living in Washington, Oregon, California, visiting us today? Yeah, a few of you, okay. And what about East? Welcome, that's fantastic. What about Midwest? Anybody from the Midwest? All right, wow. A few of you, fantastic, wonderful. I love to see all these hands. And what about international visitors? Wherever you're from, welcome to our city. I'm going to get started right now. We've actually just pulled out of Pier 55, which is where people wanted to stay on the boat long after they arrived because he was such an avid storyteller and knew a lot about this area. So that our first building I want to talk about, Edison Crafts and Creations there. So lots of things to see and do there, lots of gifts to buy, lots of kind of culture, good place to do so. So now up on our right hand side, we have a really kind of cool below the needle is called the Eagle. And there's also some very large sculptures kind of scattered. With the show Parks and Recreation, she's kind of like the Seattle Earth sitting there that says it's in the beat. And in fact, they were the first newspaper to do so. Crazy, no one's going to want to read their news. We're super popular architect Expedia campus and we'll start working here. Now you could still continue your process them right on the boat and then bring them down here, storing them in this C175 building here. Now you might be familiar with cod. It's a white fish used for a lot of things, specifically fish and chips, of course. But pollock you may not be so familiar with. If you're not sure if you've had pollock, if you've ever had McDonald's filet of fish or fish sticks, hiking down through the woods down to a sandy beach to check out the lighthouse. So definitely worth exploring. Now as we make, that's a new addition. We just celebrated the 60th anniversary of the building of the Space Needle as well as the World's Fair. So what top predator in the water, and they're one of the few species that is a matriarchal species. So it's on that spin of land to the right that you see settle, but that Alfred Point land was the site of the first non-native settler. Hopefully had the help of one of the local tribes that helped live here for thousands of years, the Duwamish people and their chiefs do so. To the dock and place them. Now as we make our way along here in the eastern Duwamish, only for a most senior longshoreman. So it's somebody who's been working on the docks for a long time. And there is a lottery system process up on top of the crane. So they want to make sure you're okay with heights. Now we can see it being used in action right here. You can see the person up there, the operator in that glass box, moving this container. They're able to kind of stack these a little bit like plates. More than half is actually going to be stored underneath, and that's to allow for stability. And they also, you'll see the cloud coming out at us. They're going to get ready to lock onto one of these containers here. So they're offloading this vessel as we speak. Now some of these larger container ships are over 1,000 feet long, and they can hold up to 10,000 TEUs, which is 20 equivalent. If you look at this front one here, you'll see an American flag on the left, and a small flag on the right. That's the flag of the country of Sri Lanka. These have been sold to that country and will be making their new home here. That vessel, why would we need to do that? Well, we get a little bit of rain in Seattle every now and again. Not as much as people think. We actually only have about 37 inches of rain a year, which is Alki Beach. Alki Beach is one of our sandy beaches. We don't have too many sandy beaches here in Seattle, but that is a great option. There's a lot of
Nashville skyline, and underneath it all, you yourself are